And with that, we are now getting details of the statement that's now issued by US President Joe Biden offering Israel all appropriate means of support after a deadly attack from Palestinian terror group Hamas, warning that any party hostile to Israel not to seek advantage. Meanwhile, also note that Antony Blinken has styled President of Israel, Isaac, to inquire about the situation. So these are talks which happened late last night, one of Netanyahu with President Biden and the other one of Antony Blinken with the President of Israel. So a lot of talks happening and as we speak, that's a strong statement that's now coming from the US President Joe Biden, who's pledged support to Israel, saying that all possible support would be given on part of US to Israel to avenge this terror attack by the Hamas group. In fact, listen into that statement that's coming from President Joe Biden, assuring Israel of all possible support.
Moment of tragedy, I want to say to them and to the world and to terrorists everywhere that the United States stands with Israel. We will not ever fail to have their back. We'll make sure that they have the help their citizens need and they can continue to defend themselves.
That's the statement by President Biden, assuring Israel of all possible support. He's essentially called the attack by the Hamas group as a terror attack, adding that no support and no assistance would be given to these terror groups, further adding that any aid that is possible on part of US will be provided to Israel. So a very strong statement that's coming from President Joe Biden. In fact, just to quote again, the tweet that's also been put out by President Joe Biden, he says, "Let me say this as clearly as I can. This is not a moment of any party hostile to Israel to exploit these attacks to seek advantage. My administration's support for Israel's security is rock solid and unwavering." So a statement by President Joe Biden, he says that there should be no attempt to exploit these attacks to seek advantage by any party, adding that my administration's support for Israel's security is rock solid and unwavering. Important to note here that a statement by Prime Minister Modi has also been very strong, calling out this terror attack by the Hamas group, assuring Israel of all possible help. So world leaders, including the likes of President Joe Biden, the French counterpart, even Prime Minister Modi, and Rishi Sunak for that matter, coming together to call out this terror attack by the Hamas group on Israel. And as the situation still remains quite tense in the Gaza Strip and Israel as a whole, it's the Indian students who have now been living in Israel who have expressed concern, saying that they are nervous and scared in face of Hamas terror attacks. Not just this, they've even mentioned that they are in constant touch with the Indian embassy in Israel. So these are the statements that are coming in from the Indian students who have been residing in Israel for long now, expressing concern